Okay, it says I'm live. So hopefully we'll get started here up here at the shop. As everybody can see, I got my Willis Jeep right behind me here. We're working on that right now. And hopefully we'll get some people in here right quick. I'll drink some good old Sprite Zero here while I'm waiting everybody to get started. Starting in here about a minute early. Let's see. Hey, Jerome, how are you? The Jones brothers are in here, aren't we? Yeah, all of us Joneses had to look after each other. Oh, well, fantastic. I'm glad you're able to catch the live. Hey, Info Warrior. Good morning. Yeah, well, that's good. I'm hanging in there. I'm trying to get a few things going. I'm, I've got as you may have seen, I've got a beef with Home Depot right now. Home Depot has a Father's Day special running. Of course, I said, well, hey, that's a great deal. It was $2,000 off of their electric tractor, just the tractor. Now, there's $1,000 off the iDrive, which I already have. I already have the iDrive, which is a good deal, if you want an electric mower. But I don't need an iDrive, but I would like to have the tractor. And what happened, I couldn't find it anywhere. So I called corporate. I got my commercial card and everything. I called corporate and I said, I'd like to get this tractor. And the lady was real nice and everything. She said, oh yeah, I can have one shipped to you. I said, well, fine. I'm not in a hurry for it. So just go ahead and have it shipped to me. But I said I would want to take advantage of that $2,000 off and everything. Well, and we went through everything and I told her exactly what I wanted. I gave her the SKU number. I gave her the actual number. Hey, Jamie, I gave her the actual number that's on the Father's Day thing that listed the tractor. We read off the SKU, we put in the SKU. Oh, yeah, I can have one shipped to you, she said. Well, my hair is blowing here. I've got the door open back here, so y'all see what little bit of hair I got blowing around. But anyway, I proceeded to order this tractor from them. And then I got a notification Friday says your mower has been shipped. I said, well, great. Well, my wife, she's real studious on a lot of things. So she went downstairs, printed out the receipt and everything. She said, why are you ordering another one of those iDrives? I said, I didn't. I ordered the tractor. She said, no, they're sending you an iDrive, which was $2,000 more to begin with, and which I didn't need. I mean, I ordered the one for $29.99, the tractor, and that's what I wanted because I wanted some of the features it had. And for one, not being a zero turn, and for one, not being basically, I just wanted it has storage and everything on the back, all kind of stuff like that. So that's what I ordered, but that's not what they sent. I haven't received it yet. It says it's supposed to be here today. Of course, I'm gonna have to refuse it. But I immediately got on the phone with Home Depot and told them what happened. And they said, well, we can't do anything about it now. It's been shipped. I said, well, they shipped the wrong one. And I said, this is like a bait and switch. Lure you in with the $2,000 off on the tractor and then switch you up. And they charged my charge card. They charged my charge card. Now I've got to go back with the charge card and get that charge taken off. And I got to refuse this shipment. And then I got to order the other one if it ever comes in. They said, well, I called them back. They said, oh no, we're out of stock on those. Well, it's sort of a scam to me if they're doing that on a Father's Day promotion and they don't even have any anywhere. And and they're on back order with Ryobi. The lady told me they're on back order. They knew it, so they put out an ad that, get this great deal. Well, you can't get that great deal because they don't have any nationwide. That's what the lady told. They don't have any nationwide, but they're running that ad. That's a scam to me. I don't understand it. To me, if you're running an ad for something you don't even have that's got a great reduced price, to me that's a scam. I mean, if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong, but that doesn't seem right to me, to be able to put that out and say that they're going to ship it to you, tell you they're going to ship it to you. Well, I wish I did, but I doubt it. I doubt it. I'm having trouble. That zero turn that I got died on me anyway, and that's the one the motherboard went bad on. That's a whole different can of worms there too, Jamie. But anyway, I'm gonna have to refuse this shipment when it comes in. That's what the lady said. Just refuse the shipment. So that's what I'm gonna do. Is just refuse the shipment, and then have that taken off my charge card. And it's a crazy situation, but what do you do with these big corporations and everything? They get their way with the public, don't they? I mean, and to be able to think that I wouldn't notice the difference, that you're going to charge me $5,300 as opposed to $2,900. I'm not a rocket scientist, but I can do the math on that. That's for sure. But anyway, that's what happened this past week. And I mean, I like Home Depot. I go to Home Depot. I go to Home Depot a lot. I buy a lot of product from Home Depot, but sometimes some of this stuff, it reeks of a scam or something. I don't know. I guess they can get away with it since they're huge companies, but that just isn't right. In my opinion, that is just not right. But you have to go with the flow, I guess. You get what you can get, and that's what happens on that. No, that zero turn. Now my iDrive's the one I use. That's the newest one I got. It's got the rechargeable batteries. But that first one that I've got, it sucks. I mean, it's zero turn. My son's got one. Now his is doing fine, except the batteries won't hold up. That's the other thing. Oh man, let me adjust this. Let me adjust that down there. The batteries don't hold up worth a flip on those lead acid batteries or whatever. They're terrible. Oh yeah, yeah. That's for sure. Warrior. Well, I think a lot of them have, Jamie. I think Home Depot and Lowe's both. You've got to really watch yourself to be able to make sure you get what you think you're going to get. I mean, they both do throw out these ridiculous sales sometimes, but that being said, they usually are ridiculous. They usually, I don't think they hold up to what you think you're getting. I definitely didn't on this particular thing because they oh yeah, all of them do that. They all go. I remember I was at a Home Depot a few years ago, Walter, and I saw this guy come flying across the parking lot, and he was coming right toward me. I go, what in the heck's this guy running like that? And then I saw a bunch of people chasing him. And what he had done, he had grabbed like a reciprocating saw or something and had it in a box. And he was flying across the parking lot and getting ready to jump in a car. But, what I should have done is flip open my door and have him hit it, because he walked right by me, and I asked the guys, I said, what, when they finally let him go, they said, yeah, it's just a tool thief. Yeah, and that's the strange thing about this with Milwaukee and Ryobi. Ryobi, the biggest downfall I have with their equipment is the batteries. Their batteries don't hold up. I mean, even I was talking about my new iDrive. I had to get on the phone with Ryobi. Three of my big 12 amp batteries that go in my iDrive mower, they have failed, and they won't take a charge anymore. So I can't get the charge out of them like I'm supposed to. Now I've got a warranty on them, of course, and they're going to send me some new batteries. Hey, Kevin, how are you? Yeah. But Milwaukee does have a lot better uh, battery and tools, it seems like. And the crazy thing, they're made by the same company. Uh, we've got the huge Ryobi and Milwaukee warehouse down in Anderson, South Carolina, and that's where a lot of tools will, come from, especially on the East Coast, is that Anderson plant down there, and they build things down there and everything else, from what I gather. But it's something else. It's something else. I don't understand, unless they just want to have an inferior product, why the battery technology is worse on the Ryobi than it is Milwaukee. Milwaukee batteries seem to last a lot longer than the Ryobi ones do. Hey, Patrick, how are you? Hey, Joy, top of the morning to you too. Yeah, well, I think that's what happens. Info is that they don't let them chase shoplifters. That's for sure. I think it's too much liability or whatever, so they don't let them chase them. But yeah, that was an unusual event that I saw firsthand myself. Was that guy being chased out of Home Depot, and he was running like everything, and he had his getaway car. Somebody was waiting on him, and he jumped in a car and they took off. But that's the way the criminal element is. I guess that's why we have things higher than we like, uh, and that's why uh, the consumer pays for it. You and I pay for that on that theft situation. But yeah, everything's locked up in all these stores now. I mean, what was it? It was something unusual that I went to get the other day. It was locked up, and then all these pharmacies too. I mean, you can't buy anything. I mean, you can't even buy small items in these pharmacies without having to get somebody to unlock it. I mean, it's just it's ridiculous. I went and got I went and got some things just for my teeth the other day, and they were locked up. So I mean, I don't know. I, I guess that's the way of the future. Either that or you get it on Amazon, and then when you get it on Amazon, if you live in the wrong area, you have to worry about porch pirates. Yeah, I know it. That's what I'm saying. You can't buy razors or I wasn't at a CVS. What was I at? Or was that a CVS? No, it was a Walgreen. I was at a Walgreens where I was at. But CVS and Walgreen, they're all about the same. Uh, you can't. I mean, they're all big corporate entities, and they all usually have the same policy, stuff like that. But I guess that's where the world's going to, and we have to consider anything that's going to be a bargain or a real good deal. You better look twice, because there's probably some mitigating circumstances that you won't be able to get the product like you think you are. I mean, that's like this. Like I said, that to me, that's a scam on Home Depot's part, knowing that they were either no supply of these that particular item, or You know, I checked every store in North and South Carolina, every store. I went to their locator thing and checked that item, every single store. None of them had that tractor. None, zero. I mean, they had two that said limited supply. I called both of them. One of them said, we have one that needs parts. And the other said, no, we don't have it. So that's what you get. Well, I hope Trump does clean up the riffraff. I hope him and Elon will get back together and not be so fighting each other so much. I mean, we got a rich and powerful fighting a rich and powerful, I guess. I mean, it's a shame that Elon has got his feelings hurt, and Trump has got his feelings hurt. You know, I don't know. Um, that's sort of upsetting there. And then the Democrats are loving it. They love it because Elon and Trump aren't buddy buddies right now. Yeah, I mean that, you know, and that's what I'm getting three Ryobi batteries for my lawnmower. I mean they're being good on that, and they're expensive batteries. Those 12 amps, gosh, I think they're close to $300 a piece, and I'm getting three of them shipped to me. But they won't take a charge at all right now. I mean, when I fully charge my lawnmower, it only goes up to like 70% or 60 something percent. I mean, I can't mow what I'm supposed to. Now, what I can do, I can take other 40 amp batteries, 40 volt batteries that I've got and stick them in the slots. It's got what my lawnmower has. I got three big 100 amp, not 100 amp, what is it? 80 volt batteries. I got three 80 volt batteries in it. And then I have four 40 volt batteries that go in the slot. And I guess they're taking the power off of, parallel 40, 40 and 40 here and 40 and 40 here. And they've got that design to help supplement those three big batteries. Now, my three big batteries are not depleting. I mean, the guy had me check that the other day, and they're not depleting like the 40 amp. I mean, the 40 volts are, but the 40 volts, like I said, three of them won't even take a charge now. They just like one light blinks, and that's all it does. And so they're sending me three new batteries for that, and to their, to Ryobi's situation, that's good. That's good. I hope I don't have any issues with the big 80 volt batteries. But he showed me something that I didn't know about it, that I can directly charge with my charger one at a time. With that particular charger we got, I didn't know it would do that, and he showed me that, and so I've got options in case I start having some situations. But as it stands right now, my iDrive is still a good mower, but I don't need two of them. I can tell you that. I don't need two of them. I don't need to spend another close to $6,000. But that was upsetting. That was upsetting for them to, to go through everything with me. I went piece by piece. They sent me a link to fill in my address and everything. I told the lady what I wanted, read the SKU number, their SKU number at Home Depot, and she filled it in, and then sent me the wrong one because I don't know. I guess she wanted to have something sent to me, but I definitely didn't want $6,000, $5,300 charged to my card, but that's what she did, and so I mean, I called back immediately when I saw that the wrong one was shipped, but like I said, I'll have to. It'll probably try to be delivered out here, and I'm gonna have to refuse it and all that sort of stuff. But it is what it is. Right now, all I can say is they've tried to screw me out of $5,300. and I'm not having anything of it. But we'll have to get that taken off as soon as I can. I mean, it's not my fault that they screwed up. It is not my fault at all, and I don't feel guilty in the least because I went. I mean, I pulled straight from the ad, pulled their SKU number, pulled exactly what it was, and she said, "Oh yeah, we have that." And then come to find out, she didn't have it. She was just kind of, I don't know what she was doing. She said, "I can have one shipped to you." I don't know if she was thinking shipping it from the warehouse of Ryobi or whatever, but the other lady that I got a hold of Friday, like I said, she said, "Oh no, they're on back order nationwide." So we'll see, we'll see. I just don't know, but that's what you get into. But that's small potatoes. That's small potatoes with what everything else is going on in the good old world, isn't it? Well, I mean, I called them info. Uh, I called them, and like I said, and a lady gave me an email, and they got a whole process or something. I, they didn't necessarily say anything about a rain check, but she did say we should be able to honor this in some way. Hey, Zach, how are you? Yeah, glad to see you jump in from down under. Oh yeah, I was talking about that. Yeah, we got the richest man in the world and the most powerful man in the world neck and neck at each other, don't we? I hate seeing that, and I know a lot of people do. I mean, they both got their thoughts, and I'm sorry that Elon doesn't like that new bill, but that's not for him to deal with, really. Uh, I think he was upset about some of the EV credits or something. They're not going to give credits to. They're cutting that out, and and so be it. I mean, uh, a lot of these EVs. I mean, I got mixed feelings on that. I got mixed feelings on that. Um, what you can take a tax credit for, and I don't know. I don't know. We've got to since we have done so much in the EV market. I think we need to pursue it. I don't think we need to supplement it like Biden did. I mean, good gosh almighty. I mean, what was it? They set aside $40 billion, and out of that they put up two chargers, two, and I don't know where all that $40 billion went. Yeah, I saw where the I don't understand it. I mean, 80 or 90% of the people want the illegal aliens out of here. We want them gone. We want them back home. Go on back home. We don't need you. And you got all these people because they're Democrats. They're saying, oh, we need to keep them. But uh, it is what it is. It is what it is. I don't know. I don't know. Well, and that we're definitely going to have insurance problems, and um, you know the I'm actually working on, and I'm got it sitting right here because I have so many rechargeable batteries. I'm and I've seen where this has happened in people's homes. We're taking all of our lithium batteries out of our house that we can. I mean, of course, in laptops and a few other things, but all these that we're charging on chargers, these big 40 volts and 80 volts, 60 volts, whatever, that we're charging, I'm putting them in a separate building, my metal building that we're actually remodeling starting tomorrow. I'm about to show you all that remodel, but we're putting that in a separate building for the purpose of not burning down our house. I mean, I've seen a couple of homes that they say burned down because of EV situations. And I keep my electric lawnmower right now in my garage in my house, and I charge it there. But I'm gonna start changing that, start charging it out in my building and everything, and all my Ryobi and Milwaukee and DeWalt batteries and everything. I have bought a lot of these trays that you can put all your stuff up on, and we're putting them up in my new building. I'm doing an extensive amount of those so I can get everything up and out of the way, because I don't want a lithium battery causing a fire at my house and burning my house down. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and that's what happens. And they say that these lithium batteries are terribly, they're terribly hard to put out. I mean, when you see one of these EVs that catches on fire, it's like, hey, let it go, let it go. We can't do anything about it, but let it burn down. And it's too dangerous. Uh, the amount of voltage and and just the chemicals. I'd hate to see what the chemical cleanup is on a EV that burned, because I know what the chemical what they charged me for a diesel when a diesel tank erupted on a truck. I mean, I had a couple of instances where uh, drivers got diesel tanks punctured, and I had to pay the EPA an ungodly amount of money. And the insurance won't pay all of that; they'll pay some of it, but it was an ungodly amount of money that they charged me. I mean, my share of it on that one was like $6,000, I think. And I think the guy that cleaned it up said, yeah, they charged the back. He was in a cleanup, so they charged back like $30,000 for that cleanup, and it's just diesel. Yeah, I mean, that's we're in a strange world right now. I mean, I love the technology that we're going with, and we're going to have to watch it though, because we're going to get into situations like this, that the product's good, but you got to know how to control the product, and the product is questionable with certain things too. So I'm all for technology. I love technology. I think it is great. I think the improvements we've had in vehicles and equipment. I mean, like I've got like my lift system here that y'all have shown y'all. I mean, it's got four huge batteries. It's got lithium batteries in it. And these batteries cost me $800 a piece. That's in this lift system here. Of course, it can lift a tractor trailer truck. So I mean, it's a great system, but it's very specialized and everything. So it's a crazy situation. Well, Patrick, I I see both avenues of it. I mean, a combustion motor is tried and true. It's tried and true. We have gotten it down to uh, some great things, and I think to me, I mean, that's like Elon's got this huge tractor trailer that they've been trying to push, which is to me is it's great that they got the technology and they built it, but the practicality of it is never going to be there if you know how the trucking industry is. Trucking industry is you got to keep going, going, going. To me, uh, a truck like Elon's got, if they made it hybrid, so they could charge that thing with a small diesel motor going down a generator type motor. If they could charge it as it's going down the road, and they could extend the range on it, that would be the ideal tractor trailer truck, in my opinion. I mean, I take some of this hybrid technology which they have great hybrid technology out there now, and utilize that with these big trucks, then you got the answer, in my opinion. I mean, if you're just electric, I think you limit yourself. Well, you definitely you put that truck down for 8 and 10 hours at least. But if you uh, if you had a hybrid engine, a small, I mean, you could probably get by with a lot smaller generator type diesel engine as opposed to a huge, 400 horsepower. I mean, you don't need a 400 horsepower to make a generator. I mean, you could probably get by with a diesel engine as small as that one I have on my Dixie Chopper mower. It's a 3-cylinder cat engine, and it runs forever on fuel. Oh yeah, you can't fix it. It's going back to a dealer, that's for sure, and that is a huge problem. Yeah, I I tell you the towing end of it, we're we're always going to end up towing the old reliable the old reliable non EGR towers are the ones that can get stuff towed. I mean, that's like my Volvo out here. It's got an N14, nothing on it, just straight N14. It's a 97 model, I think, 97, 98, 99. I can't remember what year model, but I mean, straight N14 diesel. I mean, it's as good as they come. And to me, that's what the you're going to always need that technology around because it definitely is going to be able to be more reliable than anything else. I mean, if they don't do like California and just completely ban uh, trucks of that nature, we'll be in good shape. I mean, the problem is our government steps in, not under Trump, thank goodness, but like California, they think that everything ought to be everything ought to be electric, no emissions whatsoever. I mean, they're wacko out there. I mean, we got to have a balance. You got to have a balance between nature and and what what the humans need too. I mean, I'm all for keeping the environment clean. I mean, I want clean water and I want uh, you know good food and everything else, but I don't want the government telling me what I can and can't do on every single thing. I'm looking down here. I can see my wife down there. She's down working in the yard right now. That's where I'm gonna have to go in a little bit myself. She had a bunch of pine needles put out, and we've been cleaning up around our shop. Like I said, my other shop that I have down there, I might take the pictures before and after, but I'm completely covering. I had an open area under the older shop that I had, and we're completely covering in it and putting 2 doors on it. So right across the front of my shop area down there, my new shop that I got down there, along with the old one being remodeled, it's going to have 5 doors, 5 roll-up doors, and it'll look good. I hope, and I think it'll be fine. Oh, these Democrats, yeah, they worry about that. Yeah, and the lithium part, and lithium in this area, right beside where I grew up, right beside it, they're building a well, they've been working at it. I don't know if it's ever going to come to fruition because of the way lithium is right now, but they have bought up probably 30 or 40 houses, and they've got probably they have probably bought up, I want to venture to say, probably 4 or 5 thousand acres of land in our area where lithium is supposed to be dominant, and it's right up against where I grew up. They actually bought the house beside my childhood home, and of course they burned it down too. They bought it and bought two of them right beside where I grew up, and bought it, burned them down, leveled everything, and they've done probably, oh, I want to say, I know a good probably 30 homes down in that area that they've just completely decimated, cleaned, wiped out. Well, as I'll give you a recap, uh, Chris, since you just got in here. Yeah, the depot kind of did me wrong, I think, and y'all can look at it. I think it's still on HomeDepot.com. They got a tractor, a lithium, the 80-volt lithium tractor for $29.99, which is $2,000 off, which I thought was a great deal. Um, and when you get a chance, look at that online, and it's still on there, but they don't have any nowhere nationwide. Is what the lady told me. She said we don't have any nationwide, and I'm thinking, why are you running this ad? Why are you running it? And then what they did when I called in to get it, that lady said, "Oh yeah, we got one." They sent me an iDrive. They sent me one $2,000 more than what I ordered. And I told her specifically, I said, I didn't need an iDrive. I already have one. What I was after was the tractor. Yeah, to me, that's false advertising. I think it's bait and switch, especially since they actually, I put in the order. They took my Home Depot credit card. They charged it and they shipped me the wrong one. The wrong one. So as soon as we saw the invoice or what was being shipped, I called Home Depot immediately, and they said, "Well, we've already shipped it; it's out of our hands, but you'll have to refuse it when it gets there." And I'm thinking, man, that's crazy. Looks like somewhere along the lines they can say, "Hey, stop that shipment, send it back, because we don't need it, or send it to a store or whatever they want to do." But I definitely don't need it. And I definitely didn't want to pay for the one that was $2,000 more. But they did. They charged me $5,300 on my credit card. I mean, I got the receipt on it. And now I've got to call the credit card company, the Home Depot, Citibank or whoever it is, and tell them, hey, I don't need to be charged that because I'm not getting it. Yeah, well, I'll take it at the price the tractors. I'll take that iDrive if they want to give it to me for what they supposed to charge me, the $29.99. But I definitely don't need to be paying 53. But they did. They charged me $5,300 on my credit card for when I told them specifically $29.99 is what I want, and I have no idea how that lady got all that crossed up. But luckily, my wife saw that and said, you need to call them. So I called them immediately. Yeah. Well, it was yeah, all mowers are like that. Yeah, you can't buy any kind of, and for their credit, I like the iDrive. I mean, my mower, because I got 7,000 in one I've got. Uh, the one I bought ended up costing me right at 7,000, and they are on. I bought the big 54 inch, and but this was the 42 inch, and but even that being said, I'm not getting what I want. Not getting what I want. Yeah, $29.99 is a lot cheaper, isn't it? But you can't buy anything. But had I got it, that would have been a good mower. It would have done some areas. I mean, the iDrive I like, except you can't get into real tight areas. and it's dangerous because it, it's so quick. I mean, if I was over on my pond, I wouldn't dare use that iDrive on my pond because it is so it's so picky. I mean, I could be off in the pond in 2 seconds, and so I definitely. Hey, good time. How are you? But I could definitely be out in the pond in just a matter of seconds if I use that iDrive over there. So I'm not interested in using that over there at all. I mean, it's a whole different thing, whole different thing. But I hope everything else is going good with everybody. I'm I didn't get much done at the shop this past week because one Jim Curry was on vacation, so we didn't get anything done to the big Willis Jeep back here. As you can see, my Willis. I'm back here. Here's my Willis Jeep back here. As you see, Willis. That's my 47 that we we've been working on. We've got we're building a shroud for it right now because it kind of heats up a little bit more than we like, and we're going to put a head gasket on it because we found some leakage around the head gasket. Yeah, I'd need a snorkel if I mow around the pond with that thing. That's for sure. But and you know they're dangerous around like zero turns are dangerous. I had one of my best friends got killed about 4 years ago with a zero turn that he actually flipped over in the lake over at his dad's place. He was down working on it and got too close to the bank and flipped the mower over on him and he drowned. So they're dangerous. They are dangerous, and so it's a tough situation. Yeah, this is the old flat fender. Yeah, this is the one like you saw in all the war movies. This is a 47 Willis. I mean, it's a World War II Jeep, you might say. Yeah, he was. I think it was a. I'm trying to think. It was a big one. Uh, I mean, it was like a big 70-inch job. What is it? I'm trying to think of the name brand. Oh crap! Um, but it was one of the big mower. It was a commercial mower that he was using, and he flipped it over into the pond. Yeah, it wasn't a little lightweight mower. A lot of people could get off of. But you know, zero turn on hills. My son had that problem too. My son flipped his, uh, and in the creek. Yep, that auction. Yeah, the auction that I showed. That was the auction of the man and his son. Uh, I'm trying to think what kind of mower it was, but that's 4 or 5 years ago, and I actually showed that auction on one of my old videos. So yeah, that was Benny Allen's. It was Benny and Buddy Allen, his son's the one that got killed. Buddy and I grew up together. We went to different schools, but we were always good friends. We were the same age. I think Buddy was like 2 months older than me or something, but we were the same age and got married about the same time. Of course, he got married twice. His first marriage didn't work out, and he ended up having a second one. I'm still with the first. It might have been an X mark. It was something like that. It was X mark, or there's uh, another brand I'm trying to think of, but it may have been an X mark. It was of that size, Chris. was uh, what he was using. So, something uh, of that size, a big one. It wasn't a little small one. It was a good size mower. It was a good size mower that he had, and you know now another one good friend of mine actually bought their home and everything down there on the lake when they had that auction. Uh, they sold off all. He was in the used car business. He was a salvage yard, is what it was, and then another friend of mine, he bought that and bought all the land and the shops and everything. And he's got a beautiful home now down there on the lake. And that they went in and remodeled everything. I mean, it had early 70s style uh, decor and everything because the house was built originally, I think, in 74, 75, maybe 76. But it was built about the same time I built my house because Benny actually came down to my house to look at my cabinets and get the cabinet maker that built mine to build his cabinets. So we were similar like that, but it is what it is. Yeah, it is. We got a lot of information in 5 or 6. I've been out here online 5 or 6 years, I guess, on YouTube, just spouting what I got here and there, and trying to do the best I can. Well, I had a lot of stuff like that. Green refrigerators and green stoves, or gold. It was either green or gold's what they had back then, and a lot of people had that. And shag carpet. Uh, Shag carpet was a big thing back in the 70s, and all that sort of stuff. But all that's kind of gone away. Of course, now we do have some good cabinets and some good stained, pretty cabinets. Of course, a lot of people don't like them now. You see these people now buying these press board cabinets that are slick white or whatever, and the people have gone through and or made them out of MDF. Uh, I don't want a cabinet made out of MDF is not going to hold up uh, 50 years like what I've got. I mean, my cabinets uh, are holding up. Yeah, I'm right here from good old Cherryville, North Carolina, USA. That's where I'm at. That's me. Yeah, and it's sort of funny. Uh, the original microwave that I started with my house down here, it was a Sears, just turn the knob microwave. We have it up here in the shop. Well, that microwave is 50. Well, I bought it in the mid 70s. So it's 50 years old. I probably bought it 74, 75. So it's 50 years old, and I still have it here up at the shop, and it's still a dependable microwave. A lot better than some of these little cheapies you got. It's a great big one too. It's a big size. I think Jim still uses it up here. I hadn't used it in a long time, but if he needs to heat water or heat up something for a breakfast or whatever, he's got it in there. So yeah, some of the old appliances are still pretty good. Yeah, still pretty good. That's for sure. Well, it is. Everything is planned obsolescence in today's market. That's for sure. I mean, you look at uh, like computers that I'm working on. I mean, they they quit supporting them after 6 or 7 years. I mean, the computer will last 30, but they quit supporting it after 6 or 7 years. I mean, you're going to be stuck with the old software, and that's what you end up with. The computer itself will still work, but you'll have to rely on the old software. Yeah, yeah. Today's appliances don't hold up like they used to. I mean, we just replaced a heat pump. Of course, now that heat pump is about 15 years old, I think. We put it in when we did the remodel of the house, and I think we did the remodel 15 or 16 years ago, maybe longer. My grandson was little, and he turns 20, so it's probably 18 years ago. Yeah, because he was he was 2 or 3 years old, and that's when we put a new heat pump, and we had to replace it this past week. Oh yeah, uh, computers are out of date as soon as you buy them, uh, and and to their credit and everything, I'm of course I like Macs. I got a MacBook that I'm using right here, and I got a MacBook Pro, and I have real good results with that. Now, a lot of people like Windows. I'm not a Windows person. Windows has too many viruses in it, so I'm not a big proponent of that. Well, guys, I'm about to lose my voice, so I am going to call it a day. I've enjoyed it. Been able to get some info out there. Uh, go get you a Father's Day special at Home Depot, $29.99. Yeah, yeah, not can't get it. Can't get it. Home Depot. Shame on you for advertising that. Oh gosh, yeah, I know. Well, my guys went into that with all the refrigerant, and you can't, and all this old refrigerant you can't get. And if you do, you pay a high price for it now. For these old cars, and it's crazy. It is crazy, guys. I'll let you go. See ya.